Hi, Geraldine. Just FaceTiming Anna.
Hello.
2 seconds. I'm just wondering if you guys will be able to see me here. There's Sooty's bed. Maybe I'll... Okay, I'll see you on the call. Bye. Just gonna change my top quick. Hello.
Hello.
I made soup, TJ.
Yes, was it good?
Yes, I also made butternut squash soup because I was already planning on doing it, and that's the only thing I had. Mine is significantly more orange than yours, though. I'm concerned.
Yours was what?
Significantly more orange.
Oh, I had broccoli in mine.
Ah, got it.
I had spare broccoli left over, so I just bunged that in.
Nice. I'm not as concerned now.
Yeah.
See the kitchen later.
I'll be eating soup for the next 3 days, though.
Yeah, me too. Oh, I bought a roast chicken, and I'm gonna make some soup as well.
I'd say let's go. Sorry, come and say let's go. Come on.
Ready? Hiya. Oh,
is that the film star? That's the film star.
Yeah.
He's got
trying to make his TikTok famous.
Yeah, he's got his own TikTok account. How cool's that?
You right, Geraldine?
Yes, thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah. It's just staying in.
Yeah. Can't go visiting. My normal life is visiting everybody.
For someone like you who's like off everywhere.
Well, not very far, I have to say, but
How's
morning,
Geraldine? Hi, Geraldine. Have you spoken to her, Geraldine? Your mum?
we're Skyping, which is very, very amusing. It does keep us amused. I've talked to her feet a lot because she presses buttons. But you know, they're doing well there in that. All the ladies are well.
Yeah, good.
But we try and Skype, but it's just sort of potluck a bit. She's not getting up, which is a bit worrying.
Oh.
Okay.
Because we're not there, you see.
Yeah. Can she walk?
Oh yes, but if she carries on like this, she'll soon stop walking. She's regressing back to as she was like 5 years ago. She's a bit stubborn, so if we can't think of excuses to get her to walk, to get her to go out, then she's going to stay in bed and things. So
yeah.
So now you lot get me up.
Yeah, there is. Luckily, the nice weather's come. That encourages you to get up. But if it had been winter, I think we all would have been in bed till midday.
I was thinking the same thing. Had it not been quite so warm, it would be a different story.
Yeah.
So you did your suitcase carry. Physically, you did suitcase carries yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's called the suitcase carry.
That's a proper job, that was.
Shreddy did get really upset though, because obviously I left the house with the suitcase and he was like, oh.
Yeah. Shani, hello. Team Evans. Who else did some suitcase carries yesterday? Sarah, hello.
All right.
My stomach muscles are hurting from those ones where we had to lay on the dead bug ones.
Oh, that was hard.
Tony made me laugh and I was like, oh, that hurts my stomach.
Yeah, your dead bug and some plank pull-throughs, they were a bit spicy.
Yeah, so I'm feeling them across me, below me boobs, whatever that bit's called.
It was, like what, in the centre? Like here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's That's the rectus abdominis. So that's like the opposite to, you know, when we work the obliques further down.
Yeah.
The opposite chain. That's the external torque chain.
Got you.
What was the other one? Hollow press. That probably would have got it a bit too in your hollow hold or with the slight knee position.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and then we did some carries. Did everyone manage to keep hold of their object?
Yeah.
Well, you can see I put mine down a couple of times on round 3.
Did you swap objects, Siege? Didn't you have a couple of objects?
No, just the suitcase.
Or just the suitcase?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. So today we have the kettlebell clean. We'll go through the kettlebell clean because it's handy to put us into the right position for pressing and squatting. So if you've got a kettlebell, Sian, you look like you're on your beanbag, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Is Rab there with her kettlebell? I think we should make her do this.
No, she's downstairs making stuff, food.
Oh, lovely.
You making cookies again?
No, she's making like bean and sweet potato burgers.
Lovely.
Very nice. Has anyone got a kettlebell? Anna, I
Yes.
know you have.
Oh, not on me.
You've got a kettlebell there, have you guys?
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. So we're going to go through just breaking the kettlebell down a little bit. We'll get stuck into it. So if anyone wants to watch it back later, you can go through the same things. So that's part A and part B. If you've got some objects there, you want to try squat cleaning. So that's where we're going to pull ourselves under the object. And then we've got a complex. The complex is the video that I posted to the remote group. If you've got a kettlebell that you consider heavy, something that you wouldn't be able to press overhead sort of 4 to 5 times, you don't have to do the press at the end. So it was a single arm clean, single arm press. This workout should be done with a fairly heavy kettlebell. So if it's lighter, just do more reps. Okay, and I've only said 1 deadlift into 1 lunge and then swap sides, 1 deadlift into 1 lunge, then a clean into a squat, swap sides, clean into a squat. So only add the press if you think you can press that object 4 or 5 times, because you're going to do that whole sequence 3 to 5 times for it to be 1 round. Okay, so the video that you saw, you'll do that 3 to 5 times and count that as one round, and we'll go for 6 rounds if we can in your own time. And then the on the minute at the end is a kettlebell power clean and a thruster. So the reps are 4 and 8. As an example, so Anna's got a kettlebell that we would consider fairly light for her. So she's up the reps. You did 6 and 10, didn't you, Anna? So 6 power clean, 10 thrusters in the minute. So OTM means on the minute. It means you start back at the beginning every minute and you do both exercises within that 60-second window. That's what's a little bit different to EMOM. And EMOM, you would change the reps, change the movement. So if you've got a kettlebell, so the first constraint is keeping the shoulders square. Let me know if you can't see or hear me, and I'll try and sort it out. So we're going to come down into a hinge position. I'm going to pick the kettlebell up and row it towards my hip. So you don't have to hit the floor each time. So if you've got a kettlebell there and you want to do this with me, we're going to do 5 on each side. So from here, and I can turn the kettlebell towards neutral each rep. Let's do 5 on each side. What I want you thinking about is, as we go to pick up an object, that we're not twisting here, that I'm keeping my shoulders square. So I'm rowing the kettlebell to my hip. So when we're cleaning, or we're doing any movement with a kettlebell, we want to make sure we're using our hips. So I'm going to get you to think about staying square through the shoulders and feeling tension. They use the word pack, like pack the tension in your sides here. And I'm going to add one more constraint, and that's the pec as well. So the lats are handy because if you imagine you're swinging a kettlebell, the object swings all the way away from your body. So it swings all the way out and it comes all the way back down. For a clean, the idea is that we get the hips open, we pack the lat, and we raise the kettlebell up to get the elbow through. So we want to avoid it swinging all the way away from the body and then crashing down onto us. So if you go, sorry, what was that?
Just one arm.
Yeah, it's just one arm. Yep, just a kettlebell clean. Most people only have single objects. Obviously, once you've had a bit of a practice, you've warmed up. If you've got 2 kettlebells, by all means, clean both of them. I've got a heavy kettlebell and then just only one light one. I'll do it single. So the next thing is a single arm deadlift, which is for workout 2 as well. So I'll make sure I'm staying packed in the lats using my obliques. I'm going to stand the kettlebell all the way up, making sure I'm squeezing my glutes at the top. So we'll do 3 to 5 reps on each side. The more you can thrust the hips, the quicker you can get them open without leaning back or arching back, the more power you're going to be able to create and get that upward momentum. Use that upward momentum to then catch the kettlebell in the correct position. I think we've all been in a position where the weight feels like it just falls back onto you. So linking a swing now together, after we've opened the hips up, we come into a power swing. So with this one, you might want to start with the kettlebell away from the body. So we're going to pull it in and then open the hips up. Pull it in, then open the hips up. So we'll try that power swing. So you almost lean the kettlebell towards you here. So you're going to use that, drag it back in, and then open the hips. I'm just showing you the bottom piece. So lean the kettlebell, pull it into the hips, and open them up. Making sure that we're remembering those first 2 constraints of keeping the shoulders square, keeping the lats packed, and keeping the neck engaged as well. So thinking about getting the hips open, now we're going to start bending the arm and bringing the elbow behind the body. See if I can get this camera angle right. Another thing you can think about is as we start to swing the kettlebell and pull it towards us, because we are going to bend our arm. It's not going to be a straight arm swing. You could stand in front of a wall. You're going to imagine there's a wall in front of you, which is going to force you to bend your arm, pack the lat, and pull that elbow back a little bit, making sure that we're keeping the shoulders square. So from here, we can go into a swing here, and then we're going to pull the kettlebell towards us. So I've imagined that I've got that wall in front of me. As I've opened my hips, I'm pulling my elbow back behind the body, and that's bringing the kettlebell, you know, keeping it close to my center. You can get it into position anyway. If you want, you can deadlift it up, send the hips back, one little swing, and then start to, we see it's traveling close to the body. So yeah, that's it. You've really got to bend the arm and use your lats to pull and keep the weight close to the body. That's it, Sarah. Sarah, open your hips more, really squeeze the glutes. That's it. So now, Tej, you're getting there. Don't worry about pulling the kettlebell quite so high, like let it do the work. You're just gonna guide it. So you could imagine that you're pulling it to sort of chest height. That's it. We don't need to put it too far back because we're still remembering that constraint of keeping the shoulders square. So from there, once we've brought the kettlebell close, all we're going to do is bring the elbow through. So do a couple of swings if you need, a couple of pulling them close. So it should, you might not have to use a lot of swings. If you've kept it close, you've kept the lat packed, it should pretty much be there for you just to get your elbow through. So if you've done all the pulling motions correctly and effectively, you should pretty much just have to send the elbow through and collect the kettlebell in the in your little pocket there. Yeah. Don't forget, you need to be able to do it on both sides too. So it'll be a row. This row. It'll be a deadlift. So I'm thinking about staying square, packing the lat. And I'll go into my swing. Do it from this side too. And then catch.
How many on each arm?
I would try and do three to five of each part of the technique. So 3 rows, let's call them rows.
Yeah.
3 single arm deadlift where we just stand it up. 3, let's call them, they are swing pulls. So we're packing the lat, getting the hips through, and then instead of straightening the arms completely for a single arm swing, you're going to have bent the arm and packed the lat here and pulled the kettlebell close to the body. And then the last one is just bang, getting the elbow through.
How many rounds?
I would spend about 15 minutes on it every 3 reps. Once you've got this is about breaking the technique down. So if you feel like you need to practice the pull more, focus on that. Maybe it's the deadlift part of it that you need to focus on more. Have a little play about with it. The more you do it and get comfortable with it, I think we've all, especially when we transition from, like we go up from an 8 to a 12, the weight starts controlling us, sort of, and it's not until we've done a few repetitions that we end up feeling a little bit more confident with it. Like you're in control of the object isn't in control of you. Yeah, just like the barbell, we do new skills and things feel a bit awkward, and then things start to click. But like anything, it's only going to come if you keep trying it. So from there, if you've got a dumbbell, maybe you've got a kettlebell, a heavier kettlebell that you want to pick up with both hands, this is going to bring us into our squat clean bit. I'm going to show you, I'll show you the dumbbell and the kettlebell. So with your kettlebell, if you hold it like this, we go into some squat cleans. So you can pick the weight up here. Think about the stuff we've just talked about, really getting the glutes open, not getting the glutes open and then arching back, but finishing the reps, squeezing the glutes, staying strong here, packing the lats. Use that to pull yourself under. So there's a squat clean. We're going to stand up, bring the glutes through, pop, and then pull under. Here. And there's a squat clean. So if you've got a heavier kettlebell, here I am, I'll probably fall on my bum now.
Thinking the same.
Sorry, what was that, Tej?
I'm thinking this using the same kettlebell because that still looks hard.
Yeah. What weight is that, Tej?
I've got an 8 and a 10.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And again, it's just more of a technique thing. To give you a bit of a hint, we've got some squat cleans in a workout at the end of the week. So this is getting us a bit, this is focusing on the technique, and then when we're under the pressure of a workout, we're more comfortable completing the movement as it's written. Yes, we can always scale it to a power clean if you want. This is just to give us a little bit of practice. Pulling underneath the object, it's also a lot easier than a bar, so we'll transfer over nicely, you know, when we get back onto the barbell. So same thing again. So you would always start in a deadlift position. You're going to bring the hips through, push the ground away. You've got to move, when it's a heavier kettlebell, you've got to move quicker. Yeah? What other objects did we have? Dumbbells, same thing. So from here, we can still stand up and then drop down. Remember, don't curl it away from the body. Think about opening up and pulling under. Open up and pull under. That's me holding it this way. Any other objects? You could do it with it'll be interesting with a D-ball. I haven't got a D-ball, but.
I was going to say, can you do it with a sandbag?
You could do it with a sandbag. What weight's your sandbag?
It's about Harry weight, so it's about 20 kilos-ish.
Yeah, that will be really cool. Like that will be a lot harder than cleaning an object like a bar, cleaning an object like a kettlebell, because the sand sloshes everywhere. But yeah, give it a go and send us a video. But yeah, exactly the same thing. Is it a tablet or is it a pillow bag?
It's actually made out of, you know, like a dry bag. For the sand. So the only thing with it is it's quite smooth and slippy on the outside.
Okay.
But
is it? It's an exercise. It's a bag made for sand. Or is
yeah,
it?
I mean it's a homemade one, so it's just like literally like if you go sailing, you get these dry bags that you put all your gear in,
roll them down,
roll round at the top. So we just filled one of those with sand, about 20-ish kilos.
Yeah, awesome. So you could do it both ways. You could stand it up vertically and get underneath it, open the hips up, and then grab around it. If you were going to have it like landscape and treat it more like getting under the edges, opening up, and then catching it down in the squat like that in a front rack position, I would do that for something lighter. Let me grab the compost bag. You're going to test me now. So if I had something a bit heavier, maybe this way, stand it up like that, and then get underneath it. So here, hip, stand up. Possibly, something a little bit lighter here, catch. If you can get your hands like there, in more of a front rack position, either would work. But I mean, like the more objects we play with and get comfortable with, the better it'll all transfer over to our squats and our cleans. So I'd spend, for part A and part B, if say you set 20 minutes off on a clock and you focused maybe for 10 minutes, the first constraint, stay square. Keep moving through the movements that we've talked about, how we've broken it down. 10 minutes, I'm going to work on staying square. Second 10 minutes, I'm going to work on packing my lat. It doesn't mean that in that first 10 minutes you don't pack your lat, but it's just shifting the focus. So you have 10 minutes where you're, I'm staying square. Second 10 minutes, packing my lat. When I move on to the complex, we're going to try and add both those constraints together. Stay square, pack the lat. And then the last 10-minute on the minute, you're going to try and link all those constraints together. So hopefully that's how we're going to build a better structure, a stronger base with everything that we do, is by focusing on these little constraints. And again, you can set yourselves one, like the it might be that you have as you catch your squat, set down in your squat, you always step forward with one foot, or you might noticeably do something like that. Yeah, Anna. So and that was the same for me. I said to myself, right, I'm going to keep my feet planted, and that's going to hopefully get me out of the habit of always leading with that weak, that whatever needs to happen, whatever is happening for me to move that foot, I'm going to stop that happening and create some symmetry, create some balance, and not make my poor little right foot do this extra little jig every rep. Yeah. And that then led us to understanding why I was doing that. Why have I got a Timmy foot? Timmy. So the complex. Did everybody see the video? I only posted it a minute ago.
Oh yeah.
An offset reverse lunge or anything offset, it just means you have the weight on the opposite side. So this whole complex is done with one load. It might be that you do it with a can of beans. You're holding a can of beans in your hand or a can of anything. 1 deadlift into a reverse lunge. So if I was holding the weight in my right hand, I'm going to reverse lunge back with my left leg, which is what makes it offset. I won't go through that one because there's a video, but does anybody have any questions on it? No, all good. So it's 8 reps and one rep, and you're going to try and do 3 to 5 reps per round is those 8 reps together. So go through, do one whole complex and do it 3 to 5 times. Then have a little rest, and you're going to try and do that another 5 times. Try and go for 6 rounds. If you're going heavy, I've said use a weight that you can press 4 to 5 times. If you might not be able to press it. So just do the single arm clean and press at the end if you've got a weight that you can press. Yeah. Last, the 10 minute, on the minute. Again, you can, if you've only got a dumbbell, you can obviously dumbbell power clean and manipulate those reps. If 4 dumbbell power clean or 4 power clean and 8 thrusters is too little, up the reps for that minute. Like Anna did, maybe 6 and 10, maybe you want to go 10 and 10. So you're doing 20 reps each round, each minute. If you're not doing a thruster, you can do a goblet squat or maybe a single arm squat. Maybe from the single arm work, this is what today is testing. How does one side differ to the other? Oh, when the weight's in my right hand, I feel weaker. My left leg doesn't want to do its job. When the weight is in the left side, my right does this crazy thing. Whatever it is that you're feeling from doing this bilateral stuff, that's what we want to try and figure out. So listen to your body and try and understand what it is you're feeling. Why is it that I can't get up out of this reverse lunge when I'm holding the weight in my right side, and when it's on my left side, I can do it? What's going on with the leg or the glute or, yeah, whatever it might be. So on the minute, so if you can do it, if you want, you can do it with a kettlebell, with a dumbbell. So you take the weight from the ground, clean it up 4 times. So I can still think about the same thing, staying square, packing my lat, pulling the dumbbell, so it stays close to the body. So I'm packing my lat there. So we do 4, and then you would sit down and finish with your thrusters. Then you'd rest, and you're going to swap sides. So set your WOD timer. Ooh. So you do an EMOM, every minute for 10 rounds. So he'll let you know when you're halfway there. Couple of things, if you want to keep working on that single arm front rack position in the rest, so you might do your 4 cleans. So from here, 4 cleans. Finish that last thruster, and then hold in this position. So I'm thinking about the lat, thinking about staying square, creating a nice front rack position, so keeping that arm off my body. Then when I hear the buzzer go, I'll swap sides. So try not to put the weight down. Now I'll swap sides, I'll do my 4 cleans, and then my 8 thrusters. Who's not got objects for that they can use? A single object. Goblet squat? Is that Ryan?
Yes. He said hello.
Hello. So if I clean the weight up, there's my clean. And then for my thruster, if I want, I can sub that for a goblet squat. Or you could potentially go goblet thruster. Yeah, what are we thinking? Any questions?
No, all good.
What do we think we've got coming up on Saturday? Predictions.
Burpees.
Murph?
Burpees.
Burpees.
Murph.
Oh, I hope it's not burpees. We've got burpees this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Burpees.
And lunges.
how long after my lunch should I leave it before I do it?
This, it's more of a strength workout.
Right.
You'll be. It's not like it's not like 10 burpees every minute on the minute.
Okay.
Be fine. Yeah.
For like 15 minutes or something.
Yeah. What, have you already eaten?
No, I'm gonna eat next though. I'm starving.
Yeah. I would either not eat, know that I get to eat after, or you're not going to be feeling too awful. What you're having? Soup.
I'm having soup and egg.
Yeah. You might. Well, let us know if you throw up, and then we'll
Thanks.
know to not eat. Yeah, it might get a little bit vomity on the minute, but because most of it will be spent in that front rack position, really try and challenge that. Like, try not to put the weight down. So you should be able to get your breathing back under control. Swap sides, and then so the heart rate will elevate a little bit, but then you should be able to get it back down and keep it fairly constant. Not too many red lines. So everyone's okay? Everyone's healthy? Going crazy yet in lockdown?
I was already crazy.
Losing your crazy edge maybe in lockdown? Don't forget, we've got our quiz tomorrow.
Oh yes.
With
Can't wait for the quiz.
Eh?
Quiz Master Anna.
Sorry, in advance.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to that. Oh, did we set up a different link?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll share that in the.
No, I haven't got it.
Yeah. 7:30. British summertime. Cool.
Awesome.
Well, let us know how you go, what you feel, if holding just one object feels different. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Right, thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.